Well, this is it, everyone. That's all of the collector packs of Lord of the Rings that I have left. Look at that. 4 packs. There's 4 packs left in there. That's it. That's all we got left for Lord of the Rings. This set has been absolutely insane. We are going to talk about a few things going on in the world of Magic the Gathering with this set. Thank you so much. Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. Thank you so much for being here and for subscribing, for joining the channel. We are going to be celebrating 10,000 subscribers on Tuesday night, which is tomorrow night for those of you watching this video with the notifications on. We're going to be celebrating 10,000 subscribers by opening up a Mirrodin booster box, an original Mirrodin booster box, live on Tuesday night at around 8 o'clock. I'll put a link in the comment section to that if you want to join us. Thank you so much to all of you who subscribed. Okay, we're going to talk about Lord of the Rings. This is absolutely insane. There's a perfect storm brewing that nobody could see happening for Lord of the Rings. We all had our worries about Lord of the Rings, rightfully so, due to like Baldur's Gate and some other things. But those things have gone away. And at this point, I'm going to say there is a perfect storm that has happened. It's already here, and it is going to be too late, in my opinion, to get these boxes for most people. I'm not trying to FOMO you. I have nothing to sell you. Like I said, I have 4 packs left. So I'm not trying to FOMO anything. I'm just showing you what I see from my perspective as a store owner. And this is not just collector packs. This is not just collector boxes, the hype on this. So first, I want to talk about distribution. Distro is quote unquote out of everything. Last week, I was able to get 2 collector boxes last week. 2 collector boxes. That's it. 1 from each distro. Draft and set, they've got some in stock, but it's allocated and it's light. Commanders are basically out. You might be able to get 1 or 2, sets. You do, if you didn't know this, for commander decks, you have to order all 4 from distribution. You can't just order, you can't just order the Hosts of Mordor one that's selling for crazy, or just the food one. You have to order all 4 of them. They're basically out as well. Collector boxes are non-existent. They are absolutely gone. Distros, they laugh at me for even asking for them. My rep was like, dude, you're like an addict. Stop calling me. I mean, like, it's crazy. There are, in my opinion, very few boxes coming to the market in the next couple of weeks from stores. Now, you are going to start seeing, just simply put, stores can't get the boxes. And even if they do, the incentive to put them up on TCG Player, from my perspective anyway, is very low. Why would I put it up on TCG Player at $500 a box right now that's selling, when I can sell packs in store, at the same, at a cheaper price point, make the same amount of money, make my customers happy because they're getting a better deal. And it doesn't need to go on TCG Player. I don't have enough boxes or product that I need to go outside of our local community. And that's the same for every store. People come in from all over the place to buy people you've never seen before, people who just buy Pokemon, people who just buy D&D. Everyone's coming in to buy Lord of the Rings collector packs. And so there's no incentive for a store to put them up on TCG Player because the demand is so organic and the demand is so strong at the local level. So I think that there will be very few collector boxes, collector packs, collector anything coming to the market on TCG Player and those markets. So that's just a warning for you. I am not telling you to buy those things. I think it's a very risky investment at $500 a box in terms of opening. We're seeing singles prices honestly, there's some single prices going up. But again, this set is going to be opened a ton. Set boxes being available, draft boxes being available are going to drive the prices of singles down. So, all right. Here's where you're going to see boxes come to market, which is the individuals who bought boxes, and people did this from my store, and I'm happy that they did it, who bought boxes at like the $360 to $380 price point. At this point, the boxes that are going to come to market are going to be coming from the secondary buyers of the product, who will probably, in my opinion, start selling at around $600. At that price point, they're making like $120 profit or something like that after fees and shipping and that kind of stuff, which is a considerable amount based on the $360 to $380 investment that they made percentage-wise. So I would say that at the $600, maybe $550 to $600 price point, these are going to have a lot of downwards pressure, not a lot of downwards pressure on them, but there's going to be pressure and more boxes coming to market at those price points, in my opinion. Here's the caveat on prices of collector packs. We still have gift bundles to come, and gift bundles are going to have one collector pack. Now, these were heavily allocated by distro. One of the first times that gift bundles have been really allocated, but they will be an influx of them coming to the market. And so those, and then the other question mark I have is the Omega packs, and I don't know if you can see out there, but the Omega packs, which are like the ones that you see in Walmart, they're the big thick boxes. They're like this wide and an inch thick, and they have one pack in them. Those are called Omega packs. We may see, usually in a couple weeks from distro, you tend to kind of get some of those Omega products that they made more of than Walmart wanted. I don't know how that works on a set like Lord of the Rings, but we may see some Omega packs, and we may see some of the collector stuff driving some downwards pressure on packs. But frankly, I think it's the same thing, the same effect is going to happen, that stores have zero incentive to sell this stuff online. Even me on my website, gamegrove.gg, I have a website that I ship things all across the country. I ship singles globally. Even on my website, I have no incentive of having product up on the website as opposed to selling locally, where I don't have to pay shipping and all that stuff. So I just don't think there's going to be that much that pops on. That's the first section of this perfect storm. So I would, if I were you, go ask your local game store, hey, are you planning on getting any Omega packs? Are you getting any of the gift bundles? And try to pre-order some of that stuff in there. All right, that is the first part of this perfect storm. The second part is this wild thing, and I don't know how we missed this. Frankly, I don't know how all the content creators missed this idea, but it's these giant Twitch streamers with these mega followers who are streaming pack openings of Lord of the Rings, saying that they're just going to keep opening until they hit the one rank, which is like, the odds of that is incredibly low. But some of these guys just signed $100 million contracts with Twitch and with other platforms. And so they have ample money to spend on this idea of pulling the one of one ring, and their followers are watching. And so you got Mizkiff and XQC. Now, I am a boomer. I'm old. I don't know these guys. I don't watch Twitch. I don't have time to do that in my life. But I know a lot of people do, and they have 11 million followers. They've got tons of people following them. And so this is huge for a couple of reasons. Number one, obviously, you've got eyeballs on the game. And for Magic the Gathering, this is just such a perfect thing that's brewing. It's such a perfect thing for Magic the Gathering fans. It's a perfect thing for Magic the Gathering, the company, the business and the Wizards and Hasbro. I'm sure they're loving it. For game stores, it's perfect because what it does is it brings more eyeballs on the game, and it brings people back who used to play Magic, who played Magic when they were a kid, who played Magic, maybe 20 years ago if they're an older adult and they had kids and they fell away. And now they're seeing the game again. They're seeing this Lord of the Rings set with all the hype and all the excitement, and they're coming back to the game. And I can tell you, not necessarily just from the Twitch viewers, but I've had a lot of people come into the store the last 2 weeks saying, oh man, I stopped playing, but I saw all this Lord of the Rings stuff and I want to start playing again. Can I play in the sealed league? Can I pick up a commander deck? That kind of thing. So that kind of viewpoint of more people seeing the game and then coming back is huge. But then you've got these new people to the game that haven't been in Magic the Gathering who are just simply put, like there's no other way to state it, they're just copying their idols. They watch these streamers and they're young kids who love the streamers and they follow everything they do. They wear the same clothes, they do the same stuff. And so when they see their favorite streamer opening up a Lord of the Rings collector box, they get online and they impulsively buy one, probably from eBay, maybe from TCG Player, but probably from eBay. They pick up a collector box and now they're opening it. They're experiencing the same thing that their idols are experiencing. And don't downplay how many boxes that's going to sell from the secondary market. The people who are doing that don't have a local game store to go in because they're not entrenched, they're not ingrained in the following of Magic the Gathering. And a lot of them are young people, so they're going to maybe have some more expendable income, or maybe some income that they can be irresponsible with, that kind of stuff. And so that is going to drive a lot of sales too. And then the last part of the streamers are the copycats and fakes. When Mizkif or XQC does something, all of a sudden all the smaller YouTube creators, all the smaller Twitch streamers are going to follow suit because that's what the algorithm's going to pick up. That's what everyone's going to be wanting to see because they are the trendsetters. It's crazy. I know. I thought Magic the Gathering was aging out and people were aging out of Magic the Gathering. But now we're seeing the trend, Magic the Gathering being a trend for the youngest kind of generation of people, the people who watch, the kids who are watching Twitch. It's absolutely crazy. So that's the second part of the perfect storm. Here's the third part of the perfect storm, in my opinion, from my experience here at the store, is the commander decks. These commander decks, I think, two of them are just about as powerful as some of the Warhammer decks. And mix that with the flavor and the theme that is just so rich. The Lord of the Rings flavor and theme is so rich within these decks and within this set. It is just driving people to want to play and engage with the commander decks. I would venture to say, if you walk into a local game store and play Commander at the local game store, it would be very hard to go through a night or go through a day playing at the store without sitting at a table with one of these commander decks. And then, this has happened a lot this weekend. People say, hey, I saw Brian playing, I was playing the game and Brian was playing that food deck and it was so synergistic, it looked so much fun to play, I want to pick up that deck. And that kind of stuff is what is driving increased and long-term engagement with the product. We still have people buying the Warhammer decks for the same reason. And this is what takes this from a hype cycle to an actual longevity of the product. If people are going to consistently be involved and excited to play against and constantly seeing these decks, they're going to want to pick them up. They're going to buy them. A lot of people are going to keep them together as a pre-con because it makes sense. They see their friends play and then they buy them, and that is driving a lot of demand for these things. A lot of demand that is higher than the typical demand for a commander deck. These commander decks are better than your typical commander decks. They are way more in line with the Universes Beyond, Warhammer deck. So the last side of that, the commander deck side, is that the singles prices of the commander decks, it's insane. We opened 20 sets, so 80 of the commander decks on release had singles listed. We had an issue with one of the shipping, one of the boxes. We lost a whole box. We refunded the order. It's fine. USPS screwed up. It is what it is. I went to go repurchase those 50 cards to try to order it from somebody else to fulfill the order that that's what he asked for. And when I went to do so, the cost of the singles has gone up. This is baseline $3 to $4 cards from Lord of the Rings collector or commander decks. The price of the singles has gone up since we opened. We would have had to spend an additional $50 in order to acquire those cards to ship them out to the individual who ended up, great guy, ended up just taking a refund and being happy with it. The postal service damaged the product, the cards went everywhere. Anyway, so at that point, it's crazy to see that the price of those singles in the commander decks are actually going up, because when we opened them, it was a good product to open. We made good money opening the singles for the commander decks, and at this point, we could make more money opening the singles for the commander decks. And so again, it just goes to the demand of the product. It was a huge win. I hate being this listen, I'm trying to find things that are negative about this, because you guys know my channel. I like to push the edge of positive and negative content and say, hey, I think that this could be fixed. At the end of the day, this just seems like a perfect storm. And the only negative I can see is that stores can't get more product. And I wish that there was another, I don't want a full restock, but I hope that we see a few more small waves of collector boxes and that kind of stuff. I hope distro doesn't hold it back. I'm sure they will. That's what they end up doing. but I would love to see more of this stuff at the local game store to help fund. This is one of the very few times as a store that I have made significant, regular margins on something that isn't 10%. You know what I mean? Like it isn't that it can actually sustain the business at a local level, which is what Magic the Gathering should be. It shouldn't be this thing, in my opinion, where everything is online and everything is, a fight to the bottom. I think this product being a local product that people are able to come into their store and pick up for cheaper than TCG player is a huge win for the local game store. So those are my thoughts on Lord of the Rings. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. What do you think about all the streamers streaming this? What do you think about Distro being out of product? Are they holding stuff back? And are we all the YouTube creators, are we just being too positive? What are some of the negatives? I know the lore, we talked about some of that stuff, but we'd love to hear from you about that. Have yourselves a great day. Make sure you catch us for the 10,000 subscriber stream on Tuesday night. I think it'll be about 8 o'clock. I'll leave a link in the comment section below. Have yourself a great day. Be kind to the people around you. Remember, there's more to life than collector packs. There's more to life. We only got 4 more of them, so there better be more to life than this, because there's more to life than just cardboard. Remember to be kind to the people around you. Remember to impact people positively in your life. Have yourselves a great day. Be kind to the people around you. We'll see you again next video.